Okay, so we're live. Welcome to our Pacific Rim US Standup. So with me here is Patrick and Vijay. So let us start with you, Patrick.
Yeah, so I reviewed a bunch of PRs, around 3 or 4. I delivered a PR which I just delivered about an hour ago. I'm running the semaphore test again because the first run it skipped the cucumber test, and it's to update a job on the cruncher side if we change the job on the front end. I reviewed Arun's code he had some blocker with implementing company registration policy because there's no model there's no model for company registration, although there's their controller for that. So he was having problems figuring out how to make the policy work without a model to tie the policy to. And so I worked out a solution for him and updated a feature branch and put it in my repo and pointed him to that. And I just reviewed the client meeting agenda, made one minor edit. And other than that, everything's fine. And no blockers for me.
Okay, thank you. Vijaya?
Yeah, I installed the Rubbercup and I tested some of the file manually and I did some automating. After that, I update code into my GitHub. Then I reviewed the client meeting agenda.
Any blocker?
No blockers. I have to work on the company. I have some blocker before I am working on this PR. That's why I'm not using that one. Sometimes I'm messing all the files. Once this PR is completed, then I will work on it. I have some relationship is failing. I will talk to you or Patrick whenever I'm working on it tomorrow.
Okay.
You're working on company policy, is that correct, Vijaya?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's out. I was wondering when that was going to get done. That's good.
Okay, I think we're all done with your PR. Everything's there. So we're going to merge our PR, and we are not going to merge any more PRs till Saturday. Yeah. Okay, so me. So I created a bunch of PRs for Async Voter. I finalized the PR for the stars, created a PR for the stars, and finalized the changes that Patrick asked for. I was able to merge it. I prepared the client meeting today. I did what else? Oh, I've been doing the first match thing. The first match story. It's almost complete. I'm just missing the printing of the stars and some sort of feature testing to ensure that you can click on the search to go to the thing. And I already realized that we will need to have some sort of caching on the cruncher, and we will need to implement it ASAP as well. So
Which story is that, Hua, that you're working on?
388.
388. Okay.
It's the one where you're in the home of the jobs developer and you have your job seekers there, and there's a magnifier. Press a magnifier and you go to a page with the jobs that match you.
So should I assign that to you?
I think
it's not showing us. It's not showing you assigned.
Really?
Yeah. 388, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
Or maybe not. Yes, it's assigned to me. 388.
Maybe I have an old waffle here. Let me
refresh. You have to refresh it.
You might need to refresh it.
Oh yeah, no, I see it.
Okay. So, and it's almost done. It was pretty easy because everything is there. You just need to put everything together. I know I picked up the easiest one, the one that doesn't have modals nor anything like that. But
Well, somebody's got to get the ball rolling.
so it's working. I'm just missing displaying the stars. I was just displaying the numbers. Now I need to display the stars. Another thing that I did today during the afternoon, I tried to. Sam asked me to, instead of using OpenShift, because as I said yesterday, I think, I said I was asking OpenShift the prices and stuff like that, and he asked me to try to use Dree.
Okay.
And Dree, I don't think we are going to use it, at least for the Java side, because they do have a very interesting thing that is you don't have anything running unless you get a request there, and 30 seconds later, the VM or the container will stop. So it will need to be restarted again every time that you do a request, if it takes more than 30 seconds, if you have an interval bigger than 30 seconds. And at this point, it's taking 20 seconds for the cruncher to respond. And that is not acceptable to have to wait 20 seconds for it to respond. And also there's a problem where if you do an authentication, you do an authentication and then you come back. If it, for some reason, if it takes a lot of time and you don't get back on the 30-second window to get whatever you need, you will not be authorized. And every time that we go to the cruncher, we'll need to authorize again because the authorization is not being stored anywhere. So in order to be able to go to Dree, we would have to store the authentication token somewhere and save them. We would have to also store the cruncher data, the information of the cruncher that is just live, and use it there and store it into the database. So when it loads, instead of being crunching all the database of our learning database, we'd have to pick up that information. And at this point, I don't think we should be doing that. So I'm not sure if we're going to go with Dree.
Makes sense. So they're a startup too, right? I think they don't have a lot of experience yet. We're caching the auth token on the cruncher side, right? For some,
we're caching, yeah, but we're caching. We're not saving it anywhere. Yep. So that we need to save it somewhere, and then so basically, what's happening is that we are using the Spring cache to refresh the tokens, to refresh everything. To when you get it down and get it up, you'll get a new token. Everything is done by Spring. We'd have to stop that. We'd have to implement the token mechanism on our side and save it into the database and everything. So at this point, I don't see any real win for us to be moving there.
So Spring restarts every time it restarts the VM or the machine or whatever it is. Huh?
Yeah.
It would lose all cached information. Yeah, that's not good.
Taking just the basic thing, it's taking 10 seconds just to get Spring up, to get the Tomcat running, and to get what? Just Tomcat running and being ready, just connect to the database to see if it's there. So just this basic thing takes 10 seconds. So if we are going to wait 10 seconds for each request, like for example, what I was seeing now, let me see if I can show you guys. As you can see, we now have an error here. Let me just remove this for now. Again. So let's imagine our case where we just went to the cruncher to get this information, and we have all the rating here. So every time that we press this button, it would take 20 seconds. And we would press another button, and it would take 20 seconds again. So
that's not gonna work.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to see. But yeah, so basically, you see, I'm just missing the stars here. There's some sort of problem there, but we'll be good, I think. And that's it. I said I talked to Sam. Sam didn't answer me, so maybe tomorrow in the stand up, I'll brush this back with him. I'll talk to him about this, and we'll see what we'll do. In terms of the meeting, I sent an email with the agenda to Chet. Everything is set up, so tomorrow at 10, and that's it from my side.
I don't think we have much of anything to demo to him tomorrow. I think
No, it's a huge list. When I was doing the release note, it looked like
big
a
list.
huge list.
It's a huge list of stuff, but I think the only thing that is demoable would be showing on the company admin homepage the task management, ability to push tasks or assign tasks to other company people. I don't think he's seen that yet. He's seen it for the agency, but I don't know if it's worth showing to him. He's seen that functionality in the agency side. Other than that, I mean, there's not a lot to show him, and maybe the focus should be on, okay, let's talk job categories and readiness for going live.
Okay. One thing that I'm trying to open the file. Eventually, I can find it. One thing that did we show him the tabs of the tasks?
We might have. Well, the task. Yeah, we might have shown him that for agency person. Now we've implemented for company. We could show him. We could do a quick demo just to show him that, just to show him something visual. But I think it should be really quick. This is what it looks like. This is similar to agency functionality, and that let's not belabor it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that
I mean, it's
reading
nice.
all this, I didn't read all this. I just picked it up. Yeah, there isn't much there.
Well, it's nice visual. It'll be nice to show him something, and it looks good. But yeah. So we can do that. A limited demo.
Okay. And that's it. Can you prepare this for tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I'll be prepared to show that to demo. That'll take about 30 seconds to prepare for.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to go to Heroku. I'll check whether Heroku has got it, but
in theory, you should have the latest things in Heroku. It should be working correctly. So,
yep.
I was thinking, okay, so there are some PRs. You said something about some PRs. Let me see. So this PR from Sanjay, the 350, can we close it?
You had asked her to accommodate a couple of the Hound requests.
350.
Let me see.
It has exactly the same name as the previous one.
Let me get back to the pull request view here.
It's like the oldest one.
Yeah, so that's addressed by number 424, second from the top there. It's the same waffle issue, of course. I think she abandoned that. Just created another PR. So yeah, 350 can be closed.
Okay, so it's closed.
And 381 can be closed as well.
And 381 as well. Okay, and because you already had this functionality, was added in another PR, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're cool there. So at this point, we just have Vijayas, Tongwei. Does Lara already finish her PR?
Yeah, unfortunately, she didn't rename her PR to be, because this is with our standard plus remove whip, but her intent was it was a mergeable PR. I did look at it. She's got a couple of things to fix. But once those are done, that should be mergeable, subject to review, of course.
So let me just change this to closes agile ventures dash plus tracker. Okay, let's see if it shows the correct spot. No. And so disappeared. Okay, so it's under the 445. Okay, good. So I will review this. I'll try to review this. Done. So Sanja has some issues on Robocop to change, and Patrick, I haven't yet looked at it, but it has a lot of things to change up.
Only 9 files. Well, actually, what I'd like to do is if you could review it for substantive stuff, and if there's anything to change, I can fix that, post it again. You can confirm that, and then I'll probably go through and fix some of the pundit, excuse me, not the pundit, the hound things, just to see how painful that might be or not, using the autocorrect and all that. I'd like to get a little more experience with using it.
Okay, so I'll try to take a look at it today or tomorrow. Okay, so Arun, hello.
Yeah. So I'm working on writing aspect tests for company registration controller, and I should be done within today, I guess. And I don't have any blockers, as Patrick cleared me out, so I'm good with the tasks.
Okay, cool. That's cool. So I think from my side it's everything. I don't know. I don't remember anything else. Does anyone have any question? Anything they'd like to add?
Tomorrow on the Martin Fowler Scrum, I'll remind anybody from MetPlus that we have the client meeting. Hopefully we can get some representation. And Arun, you know about this, right? Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, US, which would be, I don't know, sometime mid-afternoon for you, I guess. Right?
Afternoon. Okay, so I'll try to join you guys.
If you can, don't feel, if you can't, that's okay.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Yeah.
I added the agenda and everything to the event, and I pasted the event because I think the event from the Agile Venture site changes the date for people, the time. So
yeah, I think it does. I think it localizes for the viewer.
Yeah, so you should have the information if we access the event itself. We should have that information directly on our time zone with the times. And okay, that's it. Anything else? Ismail, maybe.
I don't know if you want to explain to Arun. Arun typically can't make the Martin Fowler Scrum, but the goal for the next sprint, just so he's aware of that.
Okay. Did you saw our MVP meeting video from yesterday?
No.
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 You've been mean, very mean. No.
Bad. He's bad.
Very bad boy.
No, I'm just
So-
lazy, you know.
We talked about our MVP, and if you take a look at it on the spreadsheet on Google Docs, you'll see that we're almost finalizing all the big features. That's very good. And from my perspective, from what I see, what we have, I think in probably about 2 sprints, we'll be able to deploy into some sort of production mode. So we would have the code live and working. So in order to be able to do that, the next sprint we will need to tackle the stories that we still need to do, and the stories, the most important stories that we're missing at this point are match related. So the stories that have anything to do with the match, and stories that have to do with search. So basically,
Job search.
these are more or less the two big topics that we have to work on, and I would like in the next sprint to tackle all the matching and have all the matching ready, at least the matching, and so we can have one last sprint just prettying everything up, seeing what we're missing, what we're not missing. So the major goal here is to pick up stories that have an effective impact on the application. So stories like testing and things like that, they are always nice to have, but I believe that at this point the main focus that we should have are stories that are focused on delivering features,
Yeah.
so we can end up this. And I think we're pretty good. Everybody has been doing an awesome job, so I think we'll be able to deliver finally.
Yeah, sure.
To get a real live client, Arun, that'll be, I think, more interesting to work with the
So I was,
real feedback every 2 weeks.
yeah, I was going to suggest something. You know, once we get done with the MVP, we should get on with the revamp of the whole website. You know, so design is really lacking. So currently we are focusing on function. That's fine, but we should get on working with the design soon. Once the MVP is done.
Are you talking about the UI and the UX?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely needs some work.
Yeah,
No doubt about
it's
it.
a little bit rough on the edges. There are some functionalities that chat will need or will want to have very quickly, but after the MVP. But I think yes, UX UI is something that we will need to take a look into
Focus on, yeah.
as well.
So along those lines, I've talked to both Laura as well as Sandhya. Both of them have expressed interest. Well, actually, Laura does UI design to some extent for a living,
Cool.
and so they're ready when we have capacity for them. I see them as a little SWAT team between the two of them, going through the UX review that Sam did and putting together some key concepts on how we want to redesign at least parts of the UI and maybe some common UI elements across. But I think we ought to wait. But I think those two put together, they can review the UX video and come up with stories to get us started along a more coherent UI design. So, and they have the skills, Laura does, and I know Sandhya is very interested in UI design as well. Once we get past MVP, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So anything else?
Not on my side.
No. Okay. So we will talk tomorrow in the client meeting, or after, or before, depends.
Okay.
Okay.
Or even during.
Sure.
So
All right.
Have a nice evening
All right.
or day.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.